Hello everyone, this is Locke with Co-Optimus, and we are taking a look at Gauntlet, the new remake of Gauntlet by Arrowhead Game Studios, the guys behind Magicka. They had a very challenging task here with remaking one of the classic arcade games, the quarter muncher. Gauntlet was a quarter muncher. All you did was feed money into that machine to get life. You watched your health drain down. But what have they done in 2014 to remake this 1980s classic? You know, blending that old school gameplay with some new school ideas. Gauntlet is a simple dungeon crawler. It's not very advanced like Torchlight. We're not talking anything close to like Diablo. Arguably, Gauntlet though was the first hack and slash game where a group of friends could get together and adventure through levels, collecting gold, keys, food, potions, anything. Of course, enemies are in your way. They spawn from these giant tombstones, spawning ghosts, zombies, monsters, trolls, lots of different things, and it's all about cooperation in this Gauntlet, as you're going to need a group with a sharp blade and even sharper wits to take down these endless hordes of monsters separating you from the end of the level. The most drastic difference between the classic arcade game and the new rendition here are the characters. The original cast returns with the warrior, wizard, Valkyrie, and elf, but now they've switched everything up because not everybody just shoots. We have melee heroes, the warrior and the Valkyrie, then we have the ranged heroes with the wizard and the elf. They all play very differently. So the level structure in Gauntlet, it's broken down into chapters, each chapter having a series of floors that you have to navigate through. Obviously, the levels consist of monsters and rooms and switches and all that sweet, sweet treasure we covet. To change things up, each floor in a chapter begins with a different challenge. It begins with the basic get from point A to point B and kill everything in between. With another floor is more like a challenge horde mode. It's got only one room with a limited amount of food, and you have to basically fight through waves and waves of enemies. Last but not least, we have the proverbial death character who makes his way into this game, and the death levels have him, this giant Grim Reaper, chasing you. Anyways, the changing style between each of these floors keeps things fresh and takes the edge off some of the repetition that is inherently packed with Gauntlet. Finishing a chapter brings on a whole new experience to this Gauntlet. The cooperative score screen still pops up, detailing your kill count and your score from all the treasure you picked up and your bonuses, but don't worry, you're also ranked as a team overall against groups of other similar adventurers. Following this, you get a series of achievements which you build towards, things like killing enemies with a specific skill, or how many times you have picked up food or shot food. When you complete these, you get a perk related to that task. So if you kill 2,000 enemies with the warrior spin attack, you get a cooldown reduction to that attack. It's a small addition, but it adds both replay value to Gauntlet and some incentive to try each of the classes and build towards making them more powerful. Unlike previous Gauntlet iterations, the gold actually means something you can build towards buying artifacts in the hub world at the start of each level. Each artifact you equip allows you to have an additional skill. Now these artifacts are fueled by the potions you collect throughout the levels, and each hero can equip 2 artifacts at a time. Now this results in some interesting combinations of skills between a party. The first time through Gauntlet on the normal difficulty is going to be demanding, even with a party full of competent allies. Normal mobs can quickly take you down with several hits, and there are enemies that only get worse. Special mobs come with magic, equipment, and their own set of tricks to try and stop the team in their tracks. Teamwork is essential. As I mentioned before, playing alone becomes tedious unless you're into the whole solo wizard on insane mode thing. Traps, elite enemies, mini-bosses are littered throughout the dungeons, which keep Gauntlet true to its treacherous roots. At least you don't have to feed quarters to this one every time you die. Repetition is a common theme throughout Gauntlet, and thankfully the old school train of thought has not been completely wiped out in this version of the game. It retains the core gameplay of a Gauntlet game, sans everybody shooting, and small refinements have updated the series to fit in this generation. It's awesome to see enough of the old style bleeding throughout, but careful considerations have shaped Gauntlet into a worthy successor of the title. It doesn't hold a ton of content, but it is sure fun with a group of friends to hack and slash your way through a modernized classic.
Yeah.